Hey everybody, it's Scott Cooks. This is the book that came with, probably reversed, I know, but this is the book that came with my Ninja Foodi, the Smart Lid. And I don't usually cook any recipes from this book, at least not for the channel, because everybody out there is doing it. They're just following the recipe and putting them out, and well, that's boring. But you know how I cook. I don't want to be boring. So there is a recipe in here. I get a little inspiration from some things. I know it's backwards, but it's ham and cheese turnovers. And they're just calling for some frozen puff pastry dough, 4 slices of American cheese. Ugh, that's not cheese. 4 slices of deli ham? No. And some mustard. And they just fold it up and stick it in the Foodi. No, we're not doing that. Let's do it my way. This is real ham. Cooked and cut right off the bone. None of that deli stuff. I'm not going to use those puff pastry things because why? Well, because everybody is. So I'm going to do it different. I'm going to go with this crescent dough sheet. Sliced American cheese, you know what I'm talking about. It's not cheese, it's processed cheese. This is cheese. We're going to use real cheese, guys. We're going to do all this in our Ninja Foodi. It's going to be amazing. Let's get started. All right, let's get started with our dough. First thing we want to do, obviously, is just open it up. Best sound ever. Let's get it out of the package and see what we got to work with here. I believe the package said this is a single sheet, so we're going to have to do a little cutting because we don't want it quite that big. Let's find an end, start to separate it. I have let this come to room temperature, or very close to room temperature. Yeah, I can see that's a single sheet. It's a little bigger than my cutting board. So what we're going to do, we're going to make some triangles out of this. Let me think how I want to do this. Probably about, I got to fold them over. I got to take a triangle and fold it over. So I think all I want to do is pretty much that. That's pretty big. We can work on it, trim it up. So that's a folded over triangle. And this will be my other folded over triangle. And I may have to trim these up a hair. Leave a little for folding over. Can use these for something else. And there we go. This will make 2 very nice sized turnovers. Let's load them up a little bit. I'm gonna get another plate here. I'm gonna work with just one at a time. Keep them unfolded so they don't stick together on us. We'll just move that away. Here, let's pinch these little holes shut. That's not gonna hurt us if we have a couple holes in it. There we go. I think that'll fold over nicely. So, got some pretty big pieces of ham here, guys. So I'm going to dice that up a little bit, I think. Trim some of the fat off. Let's just get it down to some bite-sized pieces. And let's see how we want to layer this. All right, I'm going to start off by figuring out our fold so that when we're done, we can just kind of roll it right over like that. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. And you can use Dijon mustard here. You can use yellow, which is what I'm doing. You only want to go about halfway. Love it. You go ahead and load it up. I'm going to continue to trim the fat as we load this up with all these goodies. And this is my version of a real ham and cheese popover. Now here, you see the edges here, guys? This is so thin. Leave enough to fold over. We're going to pinch it shut, so leave a little bit. But we can get more ham in there than that, I know. That's quite a bit. All right, let's cut some of this real cheeses, extra sharp cheddar. None of that weird stuff you get from the grocery store and that's not really cheese. This is cheese. So same thing, cube it up. It's gonna melt all in there. Get some nice little cubes going. Let's just scatter them around like so. Get a little more of this cheese out of the package. It doesn't want to cooperate. I think we get a little more in there. Oh yeah, that is a big pop over. All right, so clearly we have to fold from this side. So what we're gonna do is wrap it around, and we just want to pinch all of our edges together. I'm actually rolling mine over to make sure I get a good seal, because this is gonna be very cheesy. And we want to keep everything in there that we can keep in there. I'm gonna fold these little edges over too. And that is a real popover ham and cheese. And we're going to do the same thing to the other one. All right, let's get this stuff in the Foodi. First thing you want to do is put about 1 cup of water into the pot. Go ahead and add your basket. Make sure it's really good and dry, because we are going to throw a little Pam. This is the only product I ever use in this Foodi, and honestly I don't use it very often, but I know we're going to have some sticking going on, so we're going to spray it nicely. And by the way, this is nothing except canola oil. It's a canola oil blend. I've used it several times on the Foodi. I've never had any problems with it. All right, I made these very large, as you could see. So can I get 2 in here? I have no idea. Probably. Just turn one. It doesn't exactly look like a triangle anymore, does it? But, whoops, sorry. But there we go, guys. All right, now we're going to use a new feature. Well, not new to me, but new to this one lid. So lid down, vent on, although for this step it doesn't really matter. All right, guys, if you have any other Foodi than this one lid, you will not be able to follow this step. But anyway, move your slider to the center position, power up. We now have 2 choices, steam and crisp. You've probably seen me do a million of those, and we're gonna do steam and baked. Now, I know you haven't seen that very often. I'm gonna turn this up to 350. Default 15 minutes, but we are gonna keep a very close eye on it, and we're gonna go ahead and start. I do not think it will take the full 15, but we are gonna watch it closely. Pre means preheat. What it really means is it's now creating boiling water to create steam. That's why we put water in there, hence the steam and bake part. So we're just going to let this go. We're going to need about probably 8 to 10 minutes to get that water boiling before it comes off. Then the timer will start, and away we go. We'll give it a check about halfway through to see how we're doing, and soon we should have delicious homemade real ham and cheddar cheese turnovers. Hey guys, I want to show you this. If you are using any of the 2 steam features, steam bake, steam and crisp, this is your normal pressure release. It doesn't do anything under these conditions. It does absolutely nothing. All of your steam rises from the vent in the back here. Ooh, that's hot. So make sure you're not sitting under a cabinet or anything, or have it pushed back too far on your countertop or wherever, because it could delaminate laminated wood, it could stain wood. Just be aware that all of your steam is going to come from the back. No steam will come from here. It doesn't matter what position you put it in. It's not being used. As you can see, we're creating an enormous amount of steam. And we're still on preheat, but with all that steam, we're probably about ready. All right, we've just flipped over from preheat to bake, which is, you can hear the fan running up here, so I think bake in this situation means air fry. The smells are all over the house. I did take a sneak peek early on in the process. It has puffed up. This is not a pastry puff, this is like a crescent roll. So you know what those look like. And it looks like two giant crescent rolls in there right now. Here, I'll show you. Sneak peek. So we're just gonna crisp that up. And it'll be that. All right, we're almost 5 minutes in. We want to give this a little check. Oh, we are already browning up like a biscuit. We are actually crispy on top. A little flaky. I think this is just about done. We go maybe 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute. We'll get just the tiniest bit browner if we can. Fresh from the Ninja Foodi, my version of a ham and cheese turnover. Let's cut in, see how we did, guys. Flaky, cheesy, mustardy, if that's a word. Goodness. And now the best part. Let's try it. It's still pretty hot. I literally just took it out of the Foodi. So I got the ham, I got the cheese, I got the crescent roll, I got the mustard, I got everything I need here. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I gotta send this recipe to Ninja for them to put in their book. It's way better than theirs. That was amazing. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications, subscribe to the channel, leave me some comments, hit that thumbs up button there, the like button, and we'll see you real soon on the next Ninja Foodi video.